Okay, good morning, guys, and welcome to the Marlin Blue Technologies classroom. And this is our first demo class on cloud and DevOps. So, guys, so before moving to learn the cloud and DevOps, we should know what exactly these two things are and why we are going to learn it. What is the market need and what is the demand? All these things we have to discuss today. So, before that, let's have quick introductions myself also, as well as the introductions about you also, right? So let me first give introduction on myself. Like, so see, I'm Ranjit Swain. I have almost around 16 plus years of industry experience. I have worked on various IT technologies, on various tools and technologies with various MNCs. Okay, so I have around almost 9 to 10 years of DevOps engineering and architect experience. Also, same time, I have 6 plus years of experience in teaching people and grooming people on various technologies with regards to the DevOps, Python, self-scripting, Java, and all these technologies, whatever I have really experienced from different companies. Those technologies I'm sharing with the people. So, guys, this is actually not a classroom like where you'll being taught as the basic fundamentals. Here, what I'm going to teach you, the entire topics starting from the scratch as a beginner to the advanced level. So, what will happen? You'll get the entire package with all the details, right? As a fresher, as a layman, you have to understand what exactly the three things I'm going to follow in this class. One is like what you are going to learn, what is that, and why you want to learn it. What is that, why you want to learn it, and how you want to implement it. These three things you have to follow the entire sessions. As I said, the entire lab. So 30% of theoretical understanding on what exactly this technology or what exactly this tool is and why you want to learn it and how to implement. So how to implement all these things will be your lab exercises. Okay. So everything will be lab exercises. 70% we are going to the entire hands dirty we have to do ourselves. Okay. With that, I'm going to share to you the real-time project setup, what we are doing in our organizations. Nobody will give you, I think, those kind of real-time experiences if you join some other institutes or where some basic fundamentals they are giving. Okay, that is what about myself and what I'm going to deliver with you. So, guys, as we have very few people joined to this demo class, I would like to tell as it is a demo class, so I'm not going to take each and everyone's introductions. Maybe we'll keep it for the next class for each and everyone's introductions. So let me just go with further details, the timings and the lab details. So the timings of this class will be every weekend and Saturday, Sunday, the from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. IST. Also, the same time, we have also one evening batch, which will be 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. IST. As I said, I'm working as a professional in a company as an architect. So what happened? I from Monday to Friday I'm busy. Okay, with office work. Only Saturday and Sunday, the non-official hour, I take the classes and groom up the candidates. Right. So that's why I have taken 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening. So that's why only every weekend I'm going to take the classes. The next one will be, so what you get from these classes, right? So there will be virtual interactive classrooms for this class. It will be virtual interactive class. Also, we have 100% hands-on lab exercises. As I said, 100% lab and exercises, only theoretical will be little there because see, what I believe, everything, the theoretical, the concept, you can get it from the internet, right? We have the internet, vast course of things will be available easily, right? In the YouTube, in different teaching platforms, but only an experienced guy or only a professional who has really worked on that can give you the real-time experience scenarios in the class. So we'll get 100% hands-on lab action. So there will be 15 real-time projects complete real-time project, how we do, so that you'll not struggle whenever you join a company, right? You'll not struggle to start working. So those things I'm going to tell you. And 15 real-time projects will be there. And in between, we'll have the scenario-based interview question and discussions. As guys, we said like this, an interactive classroom, we should be interact each other, right? If you have any doubt or any concerns, anything, even simple, silly doubt, you can just ask me. As we are learning, right? So we are now a kid, right? We are starting from the scratch, like learning ABCD of English. Then we have to, similar way, we have to go and move on to the intermediate level. Everything, whatever you have doubt, just ask me. Let's interact. All the whoever has any doubt, because if you have a doubt and you are asking a question, that question could be beneficial for the other guy who is in the classroom, right? So we'll have the scenario-based interview, question and discussions. Also, the doubt, whatever you have, we can discuss. And I'll share the high quality recorded sessions. All the sessions, whatever we are just going through, everything will be recorded. And end of the sessions, you don't have to do record on your end. So don't worry about that at all. Everything is auto recorded and will be stored in the cloud platform, and you'll get access to that. So in meantime, also, I'm going to upload these things in the YouTube channel as unlisted. Means the links, whatever will be shared to you, only you can view it, no other one will view it. Like it will not be public. Okay, so it will be unlisted, so you can only view that list. Very quickly, very recently or shortly, I'm just going to launch our company applications, where you have to just install that application on your mobile, and all the courses will be available on that platform easily on your mobile tabs. Also, you can, whenever you want, you can easily just go through that sessions again and just do practice. Okay, this is what we are going to do that, and this is the YouTube channel of the company. So this is the new one, which is the Marlin Blue Tech, very recently, and I have other channel which is called Ranjit Swine. Okay, which is called Ranjit Swine. I'll share it with you also. It has all the technical real-time project details, whatever such projects I have done. I used to upload the YouTube channels. Okay, so those you can follow to learn more also. The next, let's learn what is cloud computing. As I said, this demo class will be on cloud technologies, cloud computing, as well as the DevOps, right? So first, let's understand what is cloud computing. So what is cloud computing, guys? Anyone has any ideas? Let's have a discussion. Anyone can say, what is cloud computing? What is your understanding? Even it is wrong, it's okay, fine, because we are learning, right? What is cloud computing? Okay. So let's start it. It's cloud. It's nothing like which is floating on the sky, right? It's something cloud computing, the compute power on the internet, right? So what you'll see here, what is cloud computing? A cloud is a virtual computing platform physically located in a different geographical location. That means if you see this diagram here, a person is sitting here somewhere in some other region, suppose in Singapore or in USA, and his server is there in somewhere else, right? And he's accessing from his laptop to internet. That server will be as the cloud for that person, right? In technical word, if you understand, a cloud is a virtual computing platform physically located in a data center of different geographical location. Like if I think most of you are from technical backgrounds, right? You'll be using the laptops and computers at home, right? Sometimes what will happen, you have to share one file or anything to other laptop, or you need to connect to the other laptop, right? So how you need to connect it? Through internet, or you have to share one applications, then through RDP or through anything, you need to connect it, right? And that server will be somewhere else. Even it is near to the next house, that will be cloud for you. That system will be virtual system for you. You are not physically connecting, you are virtually connecting to the system. So let's understand what it concept is. Okay. So it is the deliver of computing services over the internet, which is otherwise known as the cloud. So whatever the computing services, what is the computing services? If you're going to purchase a laptop, what are the computing power? First you will see the processing, the memory, the storage, right? The operating system, all these computing services, whatever you are going to get it as per your requirement, right? That being provided by this computing services, by the cloud computing. These services include servers, storage, databases, networking, software, analytics, and intelligence. Also, the cloud computing offers faster innovation, flexible resources, and economies of scales. Let me just give you a real-time example, right? Suppose you are going to set off a like house, suppose, right? So what you need for that? You need a first constructions of your first area for land you have to purchase, then you have to construct your house. Okay. And then if you want to set up a data center, what you have to do, you have to put all the computing power. You have to purchase all the hardwares or the networkings, everything you have to purchase and set up in the house. And you're going to make that house as your data center where you're going to connect to the internet, right? So in that case, what is happening? You are going to invest a lot, right? You are going to invest a lot. Suppose like you have like a company which you are going to have multiple resources to work. Based on that, you have to set up the data center and you have to purchase all the required stuffs. Whenever your business scales, then you have to add more stuffs there. Whenever your business downs, decreases, what have to happen? You have to again remove, or you have to keep it unnecessarily on paying rent of the house or paying extra money for the things, whatever purchasing, for maintenance, for data backups and everything. But in case of cloud, you will get easily as for your need as a rent. You have to just use it whenever you need it. That is what the beauty of the cloud, which we are going to learn it. So the next is cloud computing is the deliver of computing services over the network, is the internet. And what is the, it provides pay as you go model. Means whatever things you need, get it, use it, and leave it. Suppose you need a server for your development, right? What do you have to do? You have to just go there, market, and see for the server in the market, whether in the AWS or cloud, whatever cloud platform you're using. Get the server, use it, and once it is done, you can leave it also. Only you have to pay whatever you are using. So then for that, what happens? It lower your operating cost and it run your infrastructure more efficiently. Scale as your business needs changes. These are the things that provides the scalability, providing the more efficient way to run your infrastructure. So it is a way to rent computer power. In simple word, what I was just telling before, you are going to rent the computing power, right? If you have a physical server, right, somewhere, then what you have to do, you have to go and purchase the rent service compute power. Like if there is a storage shortage and your resource increased or your customer increased, what do you have to do? You have to increase the storage power or RAM or memory power, right, of your server. So what do you have to do? You have to go to the market again and purchase it and set it up with your technicians, with your engineering, right, with your maintenance team. All these things you have to take care. But in case of cloud, whenever you need any extra resources, extra power, compute power, whether it is storage or memory or whatever, so you can just go ahead and rent it from the service provider. Okay, so from someone else data center, create cloud resources like you resources in your own data center where using them. You give them back and you are billed only for what you use. Like whatever things you are going to use, you have to build only that particular part. So instead of maintaining CPUs and storage in your data center, you rent them completely, okay, for the time that you need them. So the cloud, again, what is the benefit of it? Whatever the storage you are getting it, everything, storage or compute power, everything will be maintained by the service provider. Everything will be maintained by the service provider. So the cloud provider, service provider will take care and maintaining all these things. Okay. And the next is the type of services. So we are talking about the services. What are the services it provides? Let's see. IaaS, these are the terms, and you need to understand. Don't worry about that. This is just a demo, and we'll have an entire elaborated class coming on that, right? So IaaS is the infrastructure as a code, infrastructure as a service, infrastructure as a service, which it provides only a base infrastructure. So end user have to configure everything and manage the platform and deploy application on it. Infrastructure as a service, you are going to get an infrastructure for you. Next is the software as a service. Means you are going to get the software and you have to use it. Like the software, like if you think about the Zoom application, right? This is a software. So we are using that software. So that is a software as a service. So they are providing, the service provider providing a software to us, and we are getting it and using it. That is called the software as a services. Here is the example of Gmail, Salesforce, and all these things, right? So that is the software as a service. And another is a platform as a services. So platform as a services means it provides a platform allowing end user to develop, run, and manage the applications without complexity of building and maintaining the infrastructure. So if you think about the platform as a service, so if you're going to the cloud service provider, what will happen? They'll provide a platform where you can write your code, develop, you can see. You don't have to bother about the infrastructure, you don't have to bother about the software or anything. Just get the platform like applications which you have to develop it, right? So that is the platform as a service. And the next is the container as a service and function as a service. These things we'll discuss in detail later on, right? So next, let's see what is the cloud service providers available. We are talking about the cloud service provider. So here are the very few I have listed, but there are many cloud service providers in the market. So what are those? One is the AWS, Microsoft Azure, GCP, Google Cloud Platform, DigitalOcean, Linode, Oracle, IBM. So these are the cloud service providers. It's very minimum I have written it here. These are the market standard which are in leading actually. AWS is in the top in the cloud market service provider. And then Microsoft Azure, GCP, and all these things. So we will see how these things and what are the services they're providing. There are many things we need to explore. Okay. So these are the services which I'm going to cover. Okay, as on the AWS side, as we are going to learn AWS, which is the market leading in market, top in the market, cloud service provider market. So we are going to learn AWS, which these are the services, around 23 services, which I'm going to cover. The 23 services. So now, what is DevOps? Any doubt on the cloud side, guys? So far, whatever we just see, right? The cloud side. Do you have anything? No worries. Let me just move.
No, Rajesh.
Yeah, sure. Let me move on to the DevOps, then we just cite. So what is DevOps, guys? As you have some little ideas on that DevOps side, right? What is DevOps? DevOps is a software development approach which involves continuous development, continuous testing, continuous integration, and continuous deployment, also with the continuous monitoring of the software throughout the development lifecycle. And it's a collaboration between development and operations. It's a collaboration between development and operations. So if you say here, never say like when somebody asks you what is DevOps, it's not a technology. People will some say DevOps is a technology or a process. It's a something like a tool or something. It's not like that. Okay. What is DevOps? It's a culture to follow. It's a culture to follow. It's a mindset. How you want to automate the stuff, how you want to troubleshoot the problems or the parts, whatever you are facing in an automated way. So it's a mindset, right? Suppose you have a problem and you are going to like every time the problems, whatever you are facing, right? Suppose in day-to-day work, whatever you are doing in your company and you're having some problems, and you have to think in your mind how I have to automate that things so that it will not occur and also it can be done quickly. Like daily task, whatever you daily tedious task, some like copying a file from one server to another, or delivering a file to someone, or just checking something, the processes and all. These are the small stops. Whatever daily task you're doing, you have to think in your mind how I can automate these stops, right? Like deploying the part, how I want this to be deployed, how I want to deliver this part. All these things you have to keep in your mind, and that's called the mindset, right? So DevOps is follows actually these principles on this side, like it's completely mindset. It's not like a technology or tool or something like. It's not a single tool, it's a complete set of tools. What we are going to achieve it, right? So various tools being used to perform and streamline the automation process. So DevOps is a set of practices, tools, and cultural philosophy that automate and integrate the process between software development and IT teams. Okay, and it emphasizes the team empowerment, cross-team communication, and collaboration and technology automations. So guys, don't get confused with the word and the terms, whatever I'm saying. It may be like tough for you, like you might not have heard about that, but when we move on, when we proceed with the DevOps and cloud to learn, that time it will be easy for you and you'll understand in detail, because I'm just giving you very overview on the details which you may not understand or may be difficult for you. But when we move on, everything will elaborately discuss everything in detail. Okay. So it aims to shorten the system development lifecycle and provide continuous delivery with high software quality. So whenever we talk about the DevOps, you would have heard about the term like CI and CD, right? Continuous integration, continuous delivery, or continuous deployment. Also, we have continuous development, continuous monitoring, and all these things. So these are the things continuously, right? If you have seen like in your company, your people will be development guys will be developing the applications. If new features comes or new applications they build it, what they have to do, they have to deploy or deliver these things to another platform, right? So how they do, and before developing that one, delivering that one, they have to build it, they have to test it, they have to scan it, everything, and make sure that product is okay, and then they'll deliver it, right? So that things they have to do manually all the time, but with the help of the DevOps, we can automate everything. So the continuous development, continuous integrations, build and delivery can happen at the same time. So what benefit will get it from the DevOps? Like we are saving lots of time so that development can focus on the quality of the applications, quality of the code. So they can just focus on the code writing. They'll not focus on the build part. They'll not focus on the unit testing part. They'll not focus on the code quality part, right? So they'll just focus on the writing their code, and the product will be delivered easily. So if they do that, and the rest of the work will be done by the tools, right? The rest of the work will be done by the tools, then the delivery process will be faster and will deliver these things to the customer very efficiently, very quickly, and without any errors. That's the uses of the DevOps, what we are using the market for. So DevOps is a complementary with agile software development. So it follows the agile methodology. It's not like DevOps is not a methodology. It follows agile methodology. It falls under agile methodology. Now, so tools on high demand. What are the tools? One is the Git for the source code management. GitHub is a remote source code management, and Jenkins. Jenkins we are going to use for build management tool for CI/CD, unit test, and quality assurance or integration testing. All this for actually it's a build management tool. Okay, so as a developer, when it writes the code, he has to store the code somewhere, right? In a source code management or a repository. He has to store everything in the repository. And then what will happen once it is stored in the repository, that has to be built by someone, whether built by the developer manually or a build engineer or whatever, right? That can be taken care by the Jenkins tool. Okay, that's the build management. It can do unit testing automatically. It can do quality check automatically, integration testing, everything it can do. So next is Ansible. So once the build part is over, everything is done, what will happen? The product will be generated. The product will be the binary file. So that binary file will be delivered to the production environment or somewhere, some other system, right? So we can use this particular Ansible tool, which is mainly being used for configuration management and continuous deployment. Okay, so each tool, whatever I'm just explaining, it's just giving hint and the overview on that, right? So there are much more we are going to learn each tool in details. Okay. Next one is the Docker, and is mainly used for containerizing your applications. So the containerizations and microservices actually is huge demand in the market. How you containerize your applications. The term containerizations, you are putting and deploying your applications in a container. So what is a container? Everything we'll discuss in the classroom, and we'll have a complete 3 days to 4 days, 4 days of classes on Docker. Okay, we'll work on that. Next is the Kubernetes. Kubernetes is the container orchestration platform. Whatever the container we're going to create and deploy, it's actually orchestration platform. That also we are going to see. And using this Kubernetes, we are going to achieve microservices. You might have heard about the term microservices, right? This we are going to learn. The next one we are going to learn is the Terraform. So what is this Terraform? It's mainly used for infrastructure automation. It's called as infrastructure as code. Okay, so whatever the cloud infrastructure or on-premises infrastructure or any infrastructure you are using, right? If you're using a cloud services, suppose AWS or Azure or Google Cloud. So what do? You normally just log into the server, to their environment, and then just create the server, create the storage, add the storage, whatever you have to do it manually, right? But using the Terraform, you have to simply write some code, infrastructure code, and then what will happen? It will automatically create everything for you. You don't have to log into the cloud platform, cloud service provider, then create as per your requirement. So within the code, you can easily create all these. And these are the tools which are in high demand in the market. Most of the organization, 90% above organizations are using these tools. So I have come up with these tools, which I'm going to deliver to you with all the details, with complete hands-on with the projects to you. Okay, so that once you go with, so you'll be thinking like these many tools we have to learn. Don't get scared. It's not like that you learning everything means you have to be master on everything. No, I'll just guide you how to learn 1 or 2 tools, and that will be a game changer for you. But having extra knowledge, extra hands-on, it will be an added advantage for you. Like why I'm saying, like most of the companies nowadays, right? What they're saying, they're asking for, if you would have seen, right? They will be asking for what? Full stack developer. So what is the full stack developer? It's a combined of front end, business logic, and back end. A person who is having all the knowledge, development knowledge, they'll be treating as a full stack developer, right? So you should know everything. Like similarly way, the companies, the DevOps engineer should have ideas and working experience and at least some these are the tools. Even though you are good in suppose Jenkins, you'll be working on this build management and CI/CD. So different companies will have different requirement. So if you are learning all these tools and have ideas and have experience, so you can easily apply a job for that. I'll give all these details, all these tools to you. So you have to make sure which area, which tools you are comfortable with and go with. Either you can go with Jenkins, you can go with Ansible, or you can go with Docker Kubernetes. This is a combined package, and you can go with Terraform with cloud, right? So that is a beneficial tool. So here is the complete CI/CD flow. You'll not understand, I know it, but a little bit, if you see here, right? This particular, let me just make it, break it and done. So if I just use it, see, what happens here, the developer, as I was just giving you, right? What the developer does, the developer simply writes the code, and that code is being pushed to the GitHub repositories, like the source code management, where the developer will store the code. No developers store their code on their own local platform. They just write local system, I mean on his laptop or on his server. So they have to just write in and store this one onto the remote repository. Okay. So once the code is stored in the remote repository, other applications, which the Jenkins is there, right? So that can be triggered by the source code manager or GitHub or any Bitbucket or GitLab, whatever tool you are using. The trigger options will be there inside this particular source code management remote repository. That will be automatically triggered, and it will start triggering the job, and the job will start here itself in Jenkins. So Jenkins will start unit testing, start building the application. Once the building is over, what will happen? The Jenkins, right? So Jenkins, you have to do the setups, write the code to do whatever build is required for that respective application, right? So as I said, DevOps, see guys, DevOps is a collaboration between development and operations team. It is a collaboration between development and operations team, right? That's why they're called DevOps, Dev and Ops. It's a collaboration between development and operations. So any setup you are going to do either into Jenkins or in Ansible or in Kubernetes or wherever, you have to coordinate with your developer counterpart. You have to coordinate with your development counterpart. So once you get all the info, because without the information, how do you do the setup? You cannot do the setups. So what you have to do, you have to coordinate with your development team, get all the informations, and start doing all the required setups. So once the setups are done, then it's automatically start working for you, right? So you, as I said, DevOps is a collaborations between development and operations. Operations is nothing but the production support guys, application support guys, and DevOps is Dev is the development guys. Development and operations, the collaboratively they work. So once we get all these things details, what will happen? The integrations happens here, and once the build, the product is done, what will happen? It will be delivered to the Artifactory, or it can be delivered to the respective environment directly. Okay, it can be delivered respective environment directly. Jenkins has the capability. So if you don't want to deliver directly here, what you can do, you can just deliver this code to the Artifactory. So what is this Artifactory? Artifactory is nothing but a storage system, a remote storage system where it stores the binary files, so the artifacts. We store the artifacts. So normally the binary file is called as the artifacts. Okay, it stores the artifact, and this storage will be versionized, like everything, all versionized application binary files will be stored here. And then what will happen? It will being captured by the other tools, get this particular version, and then do all the deployments. Okay, that is what it happens here. So this is what you are going to learn, the entire setups, right? The complete flow complete setups in the real time you have to do with the project. And here also we have various conditions with this. If this Jenkins particular part is failed, right, what will happen? It will notify the developer. So developer has to work it again and start the code. Any changes required, then it will do that. All these setups we have to do it, right? So guys, that is what we have to learn it in the DevOps, right? Have any questions, guys? So that is what DevOps, we are going to learn more into that, okay? Any questions? I think I'll not have any questions now. And if you have any questions, you can ask me or you can directly go ahead, right? So thank you, guys. Maybe that's all for today's, and we can meet up. I'll share a feedback link and also with if you're interested to join this entire course from starting from next week from Saturday. And as I know that it's a quite difficult for you to wake up in the morning and join the class, because if you are like whatever I always say to my people, like if you are dedicated or determined to learn something, don't stop there, right? Just start with me. Just 3 to 4 months of time, right? Only weekend times. So if you have time, just give it and be confident whatever you are learning and just go on. Don't break it or don't stop it in between. Otherwise, you'll not learn anything. That's all, guys. Anything else do you want to discuss? It's good to wind up this call.
Yeah, Ranjit, it's a great session. So looking
Thank
forward for other sessions with
you.
demos. Thank you so much.
No problem.